गुड मॉर्निंग माय डियर चिल्ड्रन, कैसे हैं आप सब लोग। आई रियली डू होप दैट यू ऑल आर टेकिंग केयर ऑफ योर सेल्फ, you all are staying at home. As you all know that children, we are studying lesson number 7, conservation of plants and animals. In my previous videos, I have completed the explanation. Now in today's video, we will solve the exercises. So first question is fill in the blanks. First fill in the blank is a place where animals are protected in their natural habitat is called. So the children, you all know that a place where animals are protected in their natural habitat is called sanctuary. So the answer is sanctuary. A species found only in a particular area is known as, the answer is endemic. The species which is found only in a particular area is known as endemic species. Third fill in the blank is migratory birds fly to far away places because of blank change. So children, I have explained in my previous video about the migration that birds fly to far away places because of climatic changes. So the answer is climatic change. Second question is differentiate between the following: wildlife sanctuaries and biosphere reserves. Second, zoo and wildlife sanctuaries. Third, endangered and extinct species. Fourth, flora and fauna. So children, first of all, we will study the difference between wildlife sanctuaries and biosphere reserve. So first difference is wildlife sanctuary, an area within which wild animals are protected from external dangers like hunting is called wildlife sanctuary. Biosphere reserve, an area constructed for the conservation of biodiversity. So children, in wildlife sanctuaries only animals are protected, while in biosphere reserve whole biodiversity is protected. Second difference, adequate habitat and protection are provided for the wild animals living in a sanctuary, whereas several life forms like plants, animals and microorganisms conservations are possible in biosphere reserves. Example, Corbett National Park is an example of sanctuary. Also, an example of biosphere reserve is Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. Now, next question is difference between zoo and wildlife sanctuary. In zoo, animals are kept in artificially constructed facilities for public exhibition. Second point, it is an artificial habitat to the animals may or may not adapt to the new condition. First point in wildlife sanctuary, an area within which wild animals are protected from external dangers like hunting is called wildlife sanctuary. The second point, the animals are conserved within their natural habitat itself, so they won't have a problem with their surroundings. Now, third, differentiate between endangered and extinct species. So, first point in endangered species, the species which are on the verge of extinction are called as endangered species. Example, Bengal tiger, blue whale, etc. Extinct species, the species of animals or plant that no longer exist are called extinct species. Example of endangered species are Bengal tiger and blue whale. Examples of extinct species are Caribbean mock seal, great auk, and passenger pigeon. Flora. Flora is the collective name for the plant life from a particular area. Fauna. Fauna is the collective name for the animal life from a particular area. Some examples of flora: spurge and hogweed from the Nilgiris region. Examples of fauna: langur, tiger, thar from the Nilgiris region. Now, third question is, discuss the effect of deforestation on the following. First, we will study the effects of deforestation on wildlife. So children, removal of trees and plants life from a particular area for the construction of industries, agriculture or for the such purpose is termed as deforestation. Plant life forms an integral part of the ecosystem, and these plants from the natural habitat of various animals of that ecosystem. Destroying the plant's life will ultimately threaten the existence of animals in that particular ecosystem and may lead to their extinction. Second, effect of deforestation on the environment. In plants, photosynthesis takes place by the absorption of carbon dioxide from the Earth's atmosphere. The percentage of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere increases rapidly if the plant life of an area is destroyed. Increased concentration of carbon dioxide result in the trapping of excessive heat radiations within the Earth's atmosphere, contributing to the global warming. This results in the rise of the temperature of the earth and disturbs the water cycle which occurs in nature. Hence, rainfall pattern changes, leading to droughts and floods. Now, next we will study about the effects of deforestation on villages. So children, the soil particles are held together in a place by the roots of the plants, trees and other vegetations. In the event of water flow or a high speed wind over the top layer of the soil particles get removed easily as there are no plants to hold it in place. Thus, soil erosion is increased by deforestation activities. Soil loses fertility and loses humus. Hence, a fertile land fit for agriculture turns into a desert, and this affects the life of villagers. Because the life of villagers depends on agriculture. Children, now we will study the effects of deforestation on cities. So, the risk of natural calamities like floods and drought in urban areas is increased by deforestation. It will also lead to global warming because of increased carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere. This is a result of continuous pollution from automobiles and industries. The water cycle in the vicinity is also affected. Next effect of deforestation on the earth. Dear children, deforestation leads to increased chances and occurrence of desertification, droughts and floods. Carbon dioxide level in the earth's atmosphere also increases, which leads to global warming. The water cycle is disturbed and there is also an increased risk of natural calamities. Now, very interesting. Effects of deforestation on the next generation. Our environment is slowly changed by the activities of deforestation, both directly and indirectly. Soil erosion, global warming, desertification, drought, greenhouse effect, floods, and many other problems are caused only because of deforestation. Ultimately, the next generation will be facing the consequences of deforestation. That's why I already taught you, I have already explained you that if we want to save green wealth for our future generation, we have to save forest now. Now, question number 4 is, what will happen if we go on cutting trees? The habitat of an animal is disturbed, the top layer of soil is exposed. So children, what will happen if we go on cutting the trees? Answer: if we go on cutting the trees, the animals will lose their natural habitat as an essential part of their ecosystem are destroyed. This reduces the biodiversity of the affected areas. The temperature of the earth also increases and gives way to global warming. Global warming in turn affects the water cycle. Hence, rainfall pattern changes leading to droughts and floods. Risk of soil erosion, global warming, desertification, greenhouse effects increases. So children, I hope you all have understood why we should stop cutting trees. Now, children, you tell me, what will happen if the habitat of an animal is disturbed? Okay, let's see the answer. All the basic necessities for an animal like food, water, shelter and protection is provided by the habitat in which the animal lives. In disturbing the habitat of the animal forces it to move to another place in search of food, water, shelter and protection. The animal in due course may get killed by other animals. So children, that's why we should not disturb the habitat of an animal. Children, do you know what will happen if the top layer of the soil is removed? Okay, let's see the answer. Removing the top layer of the soil gradually exposes the lower layers of the soil. The lower layers of the soil are hard and rocky in nature and are less fertile. This is because of the reduced quantity of humus. Soil erosion on a continued basis will turn it barren and infertile. So, my dear children, I hope you all have understood that why we should not cut trees, why we should plant more and more trees in our surrounding. So, that's all for today, children. In the next video, we will solve the next exercises. Have a nice day.